spoons. And their spoons were there too, and of course, my really good silver is in the bank.
Gotcha. Excellent. Speaking of silver, we might go to the coin collection. It is March 20th.
See the coins, is that it?
I want to see the coins. March 20th, 2006. What do you got there, Dad? Is that the vault?
Watch carefully. The magic vault will open.
And the coins are revealed.
The coins come out in no particular order. These, as you see for yourselves, are smaller coins. Some of them gold, as you can tell from the golden color. They go back to 1796, half dime. Donna bought this for me for my 70th birthday.
At great expense.
Yes,
Great expense.
these are $2.50 coins. Here, these are dollar coins of different shapes.
What
These
day
are.
for the $2.50?
There's from about 1850 is the first one. Here's a $3 gold piece.
What's the date?
I wish I had my glasses. About 1870. Here's a dime, 1797. And various styles of dime up to the latest one, which is Roosevelt dime. And I'll just describe these as they happen to come out of the box.
Alrighty.
These are more gold coins. These are $5 gold pieces from a turban type to a classical coronet type to an Indian $5 gold piece. By the about the time that the Indians were being exterminated completely, we started memorializing them in heroic dress. Here is a more recent, like 1920s, Saint Gaudens, a famous designer of coins. And okay, these are quarters, silver quarters, as you can see, dating back to about 1806 in various styles. The progression of these styles is roughly parallel across the denominations. And
those are big ones.
here's silver dollars coming out. And this is a 1795 silver dollar, flowing hair. The goddess of liberty, depicted initially as having flowing hair, a huntress type of creature. She became more matronly and buttoned up and bowed around in the early 1800s. Then the famous seated liberty style, which shows across the denominations, but these are silver dollars. Trade dollar, Morgan silver dollars.
That one has a special patina on it, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
No, that one's a very
I'm a great
special
lover of patina. And here is the so-called peace dollar. And then an Eisenhower 40% silver dollar. And then a commemorative liberty striding silver dollar, which was never put into circulation. It was just a commemorative. Now we're getting into coins of the world. One reason I've branched out into coins of the world is because American coins, particularly the type I like, so flowing hair and so forth, beginning with the federal coinage in 1793, are so ferociously expensive. These are just mainly miscellaneous, although here is a Washington copper cent from 1783, and I have him facing George III, a huge British penny. These are various coins of the world. I can't begin to summarize them all, except here's something interesting. It's a New Jersey coin from about the 1780s.
Nova Cesare.
Exactly. Nova Cesare.
New Caesar.
And
New Jersey means New Caesar.
These are here. Talk about patina. Here's a California commemorative coin with a minor panning gold.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
I think it's the sesquicentennial or 75th anniversary of California becoming a state, so it's 1920 of some kind. Here's a Daniel Boone commemorative $50.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing, isn't it? These are Peruvian coins that we accumulated as from our trip to Peru several years back. I'm going to spend more time, as you preferred, on the Roman coins, but these are half cents, American half cents. I'm missing the earliest type, which is a very beautiful flowing hair coin, but to get a decent example would cost at least $4,000.
Wow. So though, even though it says quarters, those are half cents up top on that sheet.
Yeah, it's called quarters because they don't make boards for half cents.
For half cents. And then down here, what is this, baby?
Oh, it just happens to be a stray Morgan quarter.
That's a Morgan quarter.
Yeah. Now, you wanted Roman coins.
Oh, yeah, I love these.
Up here on top, these two are Greek coins. Here's Alexander the Great, really Hellenistic. Here is a marvelous Greek coin, the myth of the boy who was drowning and saved by a dolphin.
Oh, great.
And the dolphin carries him into, the boy is named Terra, and the dolphin carries him into the Gulf of Taranto in Italy. These are coins of the Roman Republic. Before the Caesar strongmen. There were strongmen, but they weren't the Caesars. This is a marvelous Roman Republic of the god Janus, looking both backwards and forwards. And these coins were often nailed to doors or passageways, leaving the old, entering the new. And it was considered like we think of transitional objects, or psychologists speak of them. You might say these are transitional objects leading us and protecting us, guiding us into new stages of our lives. And here we get into Roman coins. All these down here are Roman coins. This happens to be a cast coin of the hideous Emperor Nero. This is Faustina Senior, this marvelous copper-toned green. She was the queen of Antoninus Pius, the emperor right here. And then this is another of Faustina Senior. This is Vespasian, the man who built the Colosseum. And here's a special coin, quite expensive, and I was looking for it for quite a while. Julian, characterized by Christian historians as Julian the Apostate, because he tried to revert from Christianity that had been established by his uncle, Constantine the Great, back to paganism.
The Emperor Julian.
His dates are about, he only was Augustus for, say, like 2 or 3 years, like 350, 4th century, so 350. Gore Vidal's novel Julian is a marvelous evocation of that period in which there were fights for succession, and Julian was lucky to have survived it all. Here is a string of emperors in small silver coinage. Here is Trajan, the great Spanish Caesar and general who moved in after the chaotic times of, for example, Caligula, Nero. This is Hadrian, I think the adopted son of Trajan. He was also a great emperor. This is Antoninus Pius, so named because he demonstrated such piety towards the Roman gods. And here's the famous philosopher emperor. Julian was also a philosopher emperor, educated in Athens, but now we're back much earlier days. This is Marcus Aurelius. and his brother, they ruled together. His brother, the great ladies' man, who was constantly distracted by beautiful women. And here is the son of supposedly Marcus Aurelius and Faustina Senior. Pardon me, Faustina Junior. Actually, probably the son of Faustina Junior and some gladiator. Marcus Aurelius was off campaigning and writing his famous meditations. Here is, well, this is another coin with the Trajan's countenance on it. And here is a large Roman coin from Decius, who was around 250 and who led the Romans into their most famous defeat by the Goths in about 250. His son fell in battle, and Decius made the famous speech, well, the fall of one person cannot make a difference. Then the next day, the one person to go down was he himself, Decius, in the famous defeat. The most famous defeat of a Roman army by the barbarians to that point. This is a copper coin, again with Marcus Aurelius's portrait or visage upon it. And this happens to be a very important woman, Julia Domna, the wife and the queen to Septimus Severus, and they gave birth to two children, Geta and Caracalla, the infamous Caracalla, who killed his brother Geta. And Julia Domna was so overwhelmed by these terrible tragedies that she refused to eat and died of starvation. What else can we mention here? Septimus Severus was a great Roman general, particularly in North Africa, who beat back various barbarians and was made Augustus by the troops. And who's famous for a number of remarks, one of which was, "I've been everything and it's worth nothing." Okay.
I'm to say we're getting very low on juice here. So if you
Okay,
could show me
well,
those beautiful gold, show me those beautiful gold coins. Thank you for the stories, Dad. The Roman stories.
I
don't know how you keep all that stuff, like your astronomy. I don't know how you do it. So let's see these gold babies while I still have.
These
a
are
little
half
bit.
dollars, and again you go back to the earliest type of the federal coinage. Before that, the states coined. See the flowing hair half dollar. It's worth a couple $1,000s. Then it proceeds up the usual sequence of types. In this case, the denomination is half dollars. There's the bust type. Here's another bust type, but quite different. And very many bust types proceeding up to a 50-cent piece being reduced in the silver content, so it's smaller. Around 1836 or something like that, and then we get to the seated Liberty and up to a Morgan half dollar from, I don't know, it's 1900 or something like that. Then up to the half dollars that were current when I was a boy. The walkers, the Liberty walking, which is a beautiful thing. Here's a Benjamin Franklin half dollar. These were put in circulation. And it was time to honor one of the founding fathers who was never president. He was too old for that. Then John Kennedy.
Right.
And suddenly we jumped to $10 gold pieces, the coronet type, classical Greek type, and then again another Indian from about 1909, something like that, but a different type of Indian head. And while we're at it, I'll show you a gold $20 gold piece. Of course, now there's enough gold in there to be worth hundreds of dollars just gold, but here, yes.
Yeah.
This is a truly remarkable coin. It was minted in the San Francisco Mint. Just what the date is, I don't know, 1912 or something like that. But it's in Spanish, and it was meant to circulate in the Philippines as the Philippines had been annexed by the United States following the Spanish-American War, and it shows the American turn towards towards becoming an imperial power, which was solidified under, well, Teddy Roosevelt, and then before Roosevelt it was McKinley, who was reported to have wondered whether to annex the Philippines or not after the Spanish had been defeated by us, and he reported to have gone to his knees and prayed to God for guidance, and by George, God directed that we annex the Philippine Islands. Here's Sacagawea, commemorated in the dollar that probably didn't become popular enough, and this is a Susan B. Anthony dollar that never really made it into use.
And those ones down at the bottom, very quickly, what are those?
Oh my goodness, how could I miss those?
Yeah.
That's one of the most valuable pieces, worth, I don't know, worth $3,000 roughly, commercially. I don't value coins dominantly commercially, but this is a flowing hair to end all flowing hairs. I don't know if you can see it, but you see the flowing hairs wildly, like a goddess, a huntress. This is the next version.
What denomination is that? Is that one?
Large cents.
Large cents. Interesting.
There's flowing hair. Now it's called Liberty Cap. Cap on a pole, and it was supposedly from some Amazon kind of legend that I am not really haven't prepared for this performance.
Sure.
Here's the bust type again, showing up in a large cent, various bust types, and then the large cents were discontinued about 1855, something like that.
I see Mary Bittenbender's coin.
Yes, this is from her collection, and happens to have a small date on it, and it's a recognized type.
Is that her birth coin?
No, it's too early for her birth coin, but it was somehow in her collection. And these are German coins. Actually, that's a medal and not a coin. But this is the famous crazy King Ludwig II, who was Wagner's patron.
Made the castle, the fairy tale castle.
Exactly,
Gotcha.
exactly so.
Disneyland.
Exactly so. This is a medal commemorating Bismarck, who unified Germany around the 1860s, 70s. And then in front of him, it's a more recent figure. And these again, this is not in a very good condition, but it is a coin from the time of Frederick the Great, or Frederick II, 18th century. And you can see how his hair is done up with what would you call it, a queue and a ribbon, which suggests the way we are, which is like the way we sometimes see Hamilton and some of our great figures of that period. And let's see what else there might be.
And as long as you're talking about gold coins, at least add the one about my necklace piece. Mary Bittenbender's. I mean, your parents' wedding coin.
Oh, there's a $5 gold piece that is in the vault, the real vault. That was a wedding present to Gil in June. Somehow it came into my possession, and I turned it into a decorative thing, put it in a loop, and made a necklace. Made a necklace out of it for your mother.
That lovely lady right there.
That lovely lady right there.
That's right, and she sometimes wears it. And this is sort of the end of the collection, and these are Irish coins, And they somehow are suitably Irish. There's a bull, there's a marvelous horse, there's a salmon, there's some kind of bird, I should know. And these happen to be Finnish coins that I was attracted to. There's a Finnish coin with a marvelous owl, again signifying cross-culturally wisdom. And here is a Finnish premier or whatever who successfully negotiated somehow with the Russians and held them off and allowed Finland to have a degree of autonomy. And here the reverse of the Finnish coin shows the Finnish forest, and the reverse of the Finnish coin has a harp, like a bard's harp, a bardic harp, and that pretty well does it.
Well, Dad, thank you so much. You finished just in time for the battery to run out. And thank you so much. We'll visit these coins in more detail on our next session.
I'll be glad to. Thanks for your interest.
Thanks, buddy. And for Alistair Cook and Public Broadcasting, that has been As You See
Alistair
It.
being the only cook around here, except you.
And I'm trying to think of something witty, but it's just not coming. So good night and good luck.
And good luck.
It is morning of March 21st, 2006, and for your viewing pleasure, I'm showing you these lovely red plates. But the real reason I'm doing this is I'm switching this around so you can see Daddy in his slippers and long coat. And this is how he woke me up this morning, very nicely, brought me up to get my coffee, and we started the day.
That's right. Whatever multitudes are viewing this film, I want you to know that I'm prepared for this. I have washed my face. I think I remember combing my hair. And I'm just immensely impressed by this opportunity to pose and preen before you. To pose, preen, and prance before you. Oh.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wilshire.
You're very welcome.
Hey, that's a show-
Anytime, son. Anytime, son.
Just to show you I'm not too well made up myself, there's me with my my hair is quite the mess as well. So there you go. But likewise, I share the mess.